Hello and welcome to the 11th Pokemon X podcast. I'm Cabinet.
And I'm Recon Die, and this is when I say something funny.
And with us this week is...
Me, Dave.
From the forums.
Yes, Dave from the forums. I believe he is a co-mod of the fanfiction section.
No, I'm a mod.
Oh, you're a full mod? Oh yeah, because you're orange. Sorry, co-mods are yellow. You're a full mod of the fanfiction section and the Pokemon X discussion page, I think.
Yes.
Okay. It's my forums. I should actually know this, but I'm.
No, I'm used to you not knowing what's going on in the forum.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an inside joke everyone else is going to get later on in the podcast.
I'm busy. I'm trying to get through this damn college thing.
Yeah, I went through college too, and I was on the forum.
Yeah, but you were an art student.
So, aren't you an art student?
Yes. It's a full-time job. I'm serious. Like, you have, papers, for some reason, okay, I've done more writing in this degree than I did for my entire electrical engineering major and chemistry minor my first round through college. It's ridiculous how much writing there is in this course.
Meanwhile, I'm learning video games, so I just learn about video games.
I was doing psychology, so I was learning that both of you hate your mothers.
Oh, I will say that I do hate my mother.
See?
She abandoned me at an early age, and I think my life is better for it.
It's all true. It's all true.
And if I could, I would kill her in a blaze of fire.
See, what'd I tell you?
But moving on.
Now, Dave, this is where Recon sends you the check for $500.
$500. He wishes I was that inexpensive.
But this week is the troll special because for some reason everybody wanted it.
Isn't this technically feeding the trolls though? Are we supposed to do that?
Well, no, because like we said, if we have enough time, we're also going to end this on a positive note with all the good people who are on the forum who just have unfortunately left.
The good person that is on the forums.
Me.
You haven't left.
Oh, hold on, I'm going in and delete my account right now.
Already done.
Yes, I'm a legend now. But yeah, we were going to originally just as I think it was Lance, and well, we all kind of really promised in the second episode. We said that, oh hey, we'll do a Panda special, but I don't think it's fair to just let Panda hog all of the spotlight, because over the 80-year course of the forums, we've had a lot of
I thought you
trolls.
said 80-year. Chris, I'm like, was he kidding? Oh no, he's Irish, so sometimes words sound weird. It was like 8 year, so I was like, oh, okay, sorry.
So anyway, back to the potatoes.
No.
Please.
Another real foolish potatoing.
But before we get into that, we're just going to give a brief sec bit to the stuff we got.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, since we were going to have Dave on the show, and those of you who know Dave on the forums know Dave hates video game talk, so I was like, oh, well, if Dave's going to be on, we should just talk about video games the whole time. And then it's like, no, we shouldn't do that, and Dave was refusing to quit, so it was like, okay, so meet me halfway, and they're like, no, not even halfway. So they met me about, I think 5% of the way, with talking about the games that Cabinet and I both got this week.
Game really, but
the same game.
Yeah, it's Arkham City, Batman Arkham City, and it is
a truly awesome game.
Yeah, I'm not just saying this because I'm.
It's.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys were talking.
How could you hate
No, go
Batman?
ahead.
He is the darkness. He is the night.
Oh no, I don't hate Batman. I love Batman. With all DC cartoons that I watch, they're the only two characters that they absolutely have to do right are Batman and Joker. Like, really, I don't care what they do with anyone else.
Well, you would love it,
but it's
because you can play as animated Batman from the '90s series.
Yeah, that's actually really nice. There's actually a selection of skins.
That's actually the Batman I didn't like.
Oh, okay. You've just lost all respect that I had for you.
Wait. The '90s animated series. Do you mean the New Adventures of Batman and Superman one, or the one that it seemed like it was a cartoon from the '50s?
The one
where everyone had the Tommy gun machine gun.
Yeah, that one.
I think that one.
Okay, yeah, I didn't like the Tommy gun machine gun one. I liked the Batman Superman adventures and Justice League.
That was my childhood there. Thanks for ruining it.
Well, it's the same voice actor from that show as Batman, and the same voice actor for the Joker, Mark Hamill. So.
Well, Joker was good in both series.
He was the Joker's he's really good, and it's like it's weird. It's weird to hear him in a different he's swearing and certain at points, and it's weird. It's weird.
It's why I didn't like Dark Knight. It was a great sociopathic villain. It was just a terrible Joker. No one died because of laughing gas. There was no electrifying.
Yeah, he was too cold.
Hand buzzer.
Yeah, he was.
That's what I didn't like about Dark Knight.
He was a serious Joker.
Yeah, which is an oxymoron.
Yeah, it's.
He just looked like he had chapped lips the entire time because he kept licking his face, and I'm just like, that's. I know there's scars, and you're just, I don't know, but.
Oh, like I said, great sociopathic villain, terrible Joker. But anyway, go on, Arkham City.
It's really good. I always knew I was going to enjoy it because Arkham Asylum was a great game, and it's same everything, but it's just such there's these little things that I collect the comics, I read the comics. Well, I collect the old comics and I read the comics, and I just think
you turn the page, you wash your hands. You turn the page, you wash your hands.
It's just there's these little hints to the comics and to smaller kind of characters, and I like that.
Little continuity nods.
Yeah. So that's what I enjoy about it. And there's some stuff that I'm learning, the more from the 90s, late 95 to present day, villains that came in that time frame. I'm learning more about them.
What I like, though, about the games is you get to fight a lot of the criminals that you didn't get to fight in Arkham's Asylum. Like Clayface. I really wanted to fight Clayface and do more something involving Clayface, and you do get to fight him later in the game. It's not a big spoiler or anything. I'm not telling you how. It's just, you get to fight him. A lot of the villains you're going to be expected to fight. You don't have to fight Poison Ivy again. You don't have to fight... you kind of have to fight Two-Face in the beginning. It's not a big deal. The Penguin, of course, Mr. Freeze, a lot of the classic villains you get to encounter, and Clayface was one of the big ones I wanted to see, and you get to see him, and it is truly a beautiful sight. And
just to ask, which Clayface is it?
What do you mean, which Clayface?
There was the Clayface that just molded himself into a new body, or the one that was basically in plastic bags?
The big monstrous Clayface who could morph.
Okay.
That's the only one I know of.
I always wondered how do you keep a guy like that in prison? Because you have to. I mean, it'd have to be more than just keeping him in a box. Because you have to be able to keep him alive. So he has to have. You have to have air going to him.
I don't think he breathes.
So there has to be an open vent.
I don't think he breathes.
No, I don't think he does. The other Clayface that I'm thinking of, they more or less get him to stay by, they get him to stay in by, his wife is I forget how, it's been so long since I've read it, but his wife is dead, and they just get him. He basically thinks that this mannequin is his wife, and they just have him living out the family life in Arkham Asylum, but it's with the mannequin. Which is it's pretty funny, but it's pretty good at the same time. Like I'm pretty sure it's an Alan Moore story, and Alan Moore stories are generally pretty great. Watchmen, for example.
But I'm not gonna spoil anything for anyone. But okay, if you guys play it and you haven't beaten it yet, when you do beat it, don't skip past the credits. There is something very hilarious that happens during the credits.
I generally watch credits anyway, so I haven't beaten it myself, so
I'm the guy who's always the sucker for there might be something after the credits. There might be something after the credits. Yeah, sometimes there is.
Yeah.
But it was truly. I mean, I beat it after the second day I had it, and it was truly. The ending was great. I loved the kind of the free roaming thing about the city. All the Riddler challenges, you didn't really get bored of them, even though some of them are kind of repetitive. I thought it was just a great game all around. It was so awesome. I didn't like so much Catwoman playing as her because she just seemed a little bit, I don't know, like, as Batman, I would do great, and then as Catwoman, I'd always get my ass kicked.
Well, I will say this though. I like playing as Catwoman, but I don't like how they made her character.
And I don't like how the counter button doesn't work half the time in the game.
I'm not having a problem with that.
You said you were the other day.
No, I wasn't. Right? No, that was when I was playing hard mode.
Oh.
Because your timing has to be spot on, otherwise, you're not getting it. There is actually a huge step up between normal and hard. Like,
that's good.
Yeah, it's good, but like it is actually good. It's a fair kind of one. You just have to be spot on with like your whole fights, otherwise you're not. When
I see the spider sense thing, I immediately hit Y, and most of the time I still get hit.
Sometimes the thing is though, when like 2 or 3 people are coming after you, you have to like tap it 2 or 3 times.
Because I remember like I'd get hit, like there'd be 2 people coming at me, and I could just hit it once, and I'd hit them both, or I'd dodge. But
it's sometimes it happens, but most of the time, yeah. But yeah, it's all around a really good. It's a good game, well put together. Good job, Rocksteady.
Oh yeah, I think it was a great game. I love the game.
I know I'm going to do at least 2 or 3 run-throughs of it because it is like it's, there's a new game plus, so you can keep your stuff extra. That's what I'm planning to do. I'm going to go ahead with the Riddler challenges and all that on a replay. So, But I think with that we should move on to our main event, if you can call it a main event. The whole spam troll thing bit. Dave wanted to come on himself. He wanted to clear the air about MJC. We tried talking about him at an earlier date, but we didn't exactly get the full story because, well, I wasn't around and Recon.
Hell, I don't remember even most of it.
So, do you want to explain the whole story behind him?
Yeah. Take everyone back to 2005.
Well, I would if I was able to fix the TARDIS.
Alright, back 2005. George Bush is starting his second term. Cell phones really couldn't surf the internet, so everyone was still using computers.
I went down the street and pushed a hoop with a stick.
And Recon never stepped foot on the forum at all.
That is something.
No, not really.
Some would call this a smart move.
When I would update, I would look and see what people said.
Alright, he stepped on the forum so that we could feel his ego.
No. It was more of
Alright, okay. Let me put it like this. He pretty much never stepped foot on the forum.
You have a really low opinion of me, Dave. Wow.
I'm setting the stage, that's all. I don't have a poor opinion of you. I'm just saying your forum management was terrible.
Fight.
You didn't have any moderators back then. You were the only one who could do anything, but you never showed up. And given that this was a Pokemon comic, we the forum attracted a plethora of 11 and 12-year-olds who just spammed to high heaven and said the stupidest stuff, had no grammar skills at all, and just annoyed the...
Lance.
We'll get on to him later.
I bet you.
We'll get on to Lance later. But no, the only thing we could do was flame these people and troll them until they left the forum. People like Cult 47, M. Joliner, to name a few. Who else that I... Bob Mart. Yeah, those are the ones I remember. But no, there were like 10, 20 a month that we got that we just had to... We had to flame out. I was telling Cabinet to just imagine if back in 2005 the Pokemon X forum was that abandoned post-apocalyptic town where just a few people live. There's this kind of western feel to it. It's all gritty. Everyone's a gunslinger. Exactly. You know, nobody makes eye contact. And as soon as some stranger comes in, Big Boy, who was the only completely decent person on the forum, would be the bartender cleaning a glass and going like, "You better just keep moving along, stranger."
We don't want no trouble here.
No, it's the you don't want no trouble.
Well, I didn't think that the forum required that much running. I mean, I kind of just had like the idea that like people were just, you know, good-natured enough to not cause problems. Boy,
Recon,
I'm wrong.
Recon, I hope you know better.
Everyone, if any of the old guys are listening to this, they are laughing.
That's probably why I've had so many relationship problems, is I tend to be too trusting and end up getting, like, screwed over by it.
Well,
I wouldn't call that a relationship problem.
Getting onto MJC, he was the one who could do it so well, so beautifully well, and yes, he turned some of that on regular forum goers more than he should have, admittedly.
Who?
But MJC. Let's see, Bonov, Bob the Random Guy, me, I think VMeg, he just mentioning this part, VMeg, like, intentionally pushed his buttons a few times.
Oh, yeah.
There's also Goji the Fox, who he unfortunately got to quit. Goji was a really good guy. Too bad he left. But really, he was always the guy who could get people out the fastest, and it's why we liked him. Is that he kept our forum clean of a bunch of 11 and 12-year-olds who had no idea how to post and would just... Alright, you can go through general discussion or Pokemon X discussion, and you'll see a dozen threads about what's going to happen when Recon finishes. Are they going to go to the Elite Four? Are they going to go to Kanto? Are they going to meet Ash?
No.
And yeah, we would have to be dealing with those guys on a regular basis. And since we didn't have any moderators and Recon never showed up, we had to...
Well, it's not like I couldn't be reached. I mean, there was AOL Instant Messenger, there was PMing on the forums. I never really got any messages from people saying, hey, there's a problem.
Because they took the law into their own hands.
Yeah. And I remember thinking about that when you talked about JC after that whole thing where he gave you the birthday present, the GameCube,
well, that wasn't
and
just
Pokemon.
Him. That was like a few people.
Yeah. No, I mean, what happened after he did that?
Oh,
that
yeah.
you thought it gave him permission? You thought that he thought it gave him permission?
That's what it felt like. I don't know if that's what he actually thought, but that's kind of what it felt like.
What it actually was the fact that he had been doing this for the past 3 years. And you never did anything. So there was absolutely nothing for him to assume that you would start caring. And honestly, I think that what got him to leave wasn't that you banned him around Christmas time. It was that he was having this huge argument with another huge argument with Bonov. I don't know who started that this time, but you didn't ban Bonov. And I think that's what really pissed him off.
Well, I mean, Banov wasn't being as extreme as MJC was.
Yeah, I'm not saying Bonov was. I was just saying that's what he didn't like. To him, he had this mentality that if you're part of a flame war at all, you're just as responsible as anyone else. Like I said, that's been that was actually our whole forum mentality. That
I wasn't banning him because of the flame war between
or
those
suspending
two.
him.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it was a temporary ban, but that wasn't why I was banning him. I was banning him for his general assholishness towards everybody.
I'm not saying what he did wasn't bad. I'm saying that other people were being rude to him back, and the fact that you didn't suspend them as well is what probably pissed him off.
Well, he was the focal point, so it's not. I mean, yeah,
he wasn't the focal point. He was the biggest point.
Yeah,
he was like the tap that just rained. Like, I think it's safe to say that without him, the forums have become a lot of a calmer place, to put it simply.
Oh, that was another funny thing. After he left, forum traffic dropped significantly. He was the guy we loved to hate. Oh no, he was a good friend.
And now
of mine.
that's me.
And that's pretty much the story of MJC. He really saved us from being flooded by a bunch of stupid little kids who wanted to talk about how great their Pokemon team was, or hey, I've got this great idea, I know what should happen after the comic is done, and a bunch of other stupid topics. Oh, and the people who write with all lowercase letters and never use periods. And yeah, keep in mind this is back in 2005, 2006, when using the letter U for you and the number 4 for the word for were popular to do.
It's still damn popular.
Yeah, not on forums anymore. Not on the forums I visit anymore. But this is back when people would use that on forums, and he really helped keep us clean of that. So are you happy, Recon? Are you happy with what you did?
Yes.
Our forum savior is gone because of you.
Well, now
he was still an asshole, and he was an asshole to me a lot as well. So.
I think.
Yeah, he and I didn't really become friends until we both started. Until this one person came on the forum and started writing this fan fiction that was just really terrible, horrible grammar, horrible spelling. MJC was flaming her, I think it was a she, right away. I was trying to help her, but then after it became apparent that she just wasn't going to listen to me, I flamed her too. And I even remember I put up this mission accomplished poster after she deleted her account. So yeah, I'm not completely innocent of being a troll either.
Is anybody really, though?
Well, we probably would have been if Recon had put some moderators on the forum before.
Well, there was no one I could really trust at that point.
Or what?
We all could have vouched for Big Boy. Big Boy would have made a great mod.
He was a mod.
You only made a mod of the fanfic section, and that was the same time Bonov was a mod, and it was just that section. And you know what? You really don't give the moderators that much power. It's just, locking threads. We can't delete any posts. Just delete the contents.
I don't like posts to be deleted, unless it's like a horrible thread about this total spam or trolling. And
that brings us into Lance. No, really, I think Lance is the only person who you've gone and deleted his threads and posts and a lot of other things. Because like I said, like I was telling you earlier, back before we had that spam lounge or things you like, things you hate thread where you can just, post one random blurb or another, getting your post count up wasn't that easy. You really had to have something intelligent to say. And we all really wanted to be the first person to get to 1,000 posts. Lance was going to be the first person. He joined in August or something, late 2005, and within 2 or 3 months was close to 1,000 posts. A lot of people PM'd Recon and asked him to lower Lance's post count because we didn't want him to be the first person to get up that high. To give you an example of what some of Lance's posts contained, it contained the post, "Sunday rocks my socks drawers," in all caps, multiple exclamation points, probably a few number ones in there.
I didn't know you followed him on Twitter.
I was gonna say Lance has grown up a lot since then, but when he said Sunday rocks my socks drawers, I was like, that sounds like Lance today.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But that's what I just like to give him a bit of credit. Like he's a generally funny guy.
Yeah, we are glad that he toughed it out through all the flames, and I'm glad he stuck with it. He went really far from being Lance Blitz Rep 3 to co-moderator Lance.
To Lance Falcone, leader of the Falcones, who worked the talks and the crimes.
But like I am really glad that he stayed around because like I'm gonna I'm actually really great friends with him. Like we all he's a great guy.
Yeah, Lance is one of the few people from the forums I've met in real life. It's just an awkward experience because it's like, "Hey, Recon, will you sign my girlfriend's boob?" And she's like 14, and I'm just like,
Did he really say that?
Yeah, and he like almost kind of pulled her shirt down for like.
Okay, yeah, the cabinet, edit out that pull the shirt down. You can put the she was 14 and he actually said that, but let's leave the pull the shirt down out of this.
Not that I can see anything, but he was like trying to pull he pulled it down like about an inch to where it's like, hey, like he was gonna like pull further, but stopped himself. And Lance was pretty cool because he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do some stuff and then I'll come back, and I was kind of like, because this was like at Anime Expo where I was, it was at the point where like it was after Bam had cheated on me and she was doting all over crows at Anime Expo and kind of ignoring me, and I was like, I don't know, I wanted someone to talk to because she was ignoring me, and Lance was like the only one there.
that doesn't say a lot about Lance, and I was like.
Yeah, so I was hoping Lance would come back, but he never came back. But he's supposed to be coming to MagFest, hopefully, in January, so I might get to see him there.
Where is MagFest again?
MagFest is in Maryland. No, wait, where is it again? National Harbor, Maryland. The Gaylord National.
Book your tickets early for the Gaylord Hotel.
Magfest.org for details.
I still can't get over why they name Hotel Gaylord.
I don't know.
No. Here's what I'm wondering. See, they could have picked that name at any point in history. I don't know when that hotel was first built. Here's the strange thing. They never changed the name.
Yeah. Like, that could be like the Happy Lord, in that kind of sense.
Or even if the original owner was just so ignorant and liked the name so much.
Maybe it was
that
the
was
owner's
his
name.
Yeah, maybe that was the owner's name and he just didn't care. But then the next owner should have been like, yeah, we're going to change this.
Well, they tried to preserve history in Washington. And that's not Washington. That's close to Washington, D.C., so they're probably reluctant to change the names of a lot of things.
Do you want to know what's conserving history around here?
No.
Hold on.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to say it's going to be a potato field.
No.
A potato field, you have one potato under glass, vacuum sealed from the original potato crop. And that's preserving history.
No, there was a pub that burnt down.
belonged to Patrick McGinney. He was the founder of potatoes.
No, there was a pub that burnt down, and they can't demolish what's left of it because it's considered damaging history. So it's just sitting there. I wouldn't mind, but the thing's probably only 50 years old. But we like our pubs around here, don't you know?
Yes, it is Ireland, and you guys drink, and potatoes and snakes and shillelaghs and leprechauns and And all
Oh,
on top of the morning show.
And great old St. Patrick.
Ah, yes.
Oh, he was the best.
He who raped the rats from Ireland. No,
Ah,
that's not how it goes.
sure, he was a good lad. Sure. My old auntie used to know him.
Sure to be sure.
He embraced the pain of the rats and used it as fuel for his extermination of them. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that too. I like to talk about it.
Alright, we got done with MJC and Lance. Those were the important people. We can...
Oh, hold on.
Okay, if we segued...
People are going to have a problem with that. There's one other big person we have to talk about.
Well, no, because Panda apparently was just an asshole.
Oh.
No, I wouldn't say an asshole is more of just an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea where we are on time because I didn't reset the Skype call before we began, so... I don't...
Oh, I just figured you guys talk nonstop and then...
No, we try to keep it in about an hour, but,
Alright.
I don't even know. It says we're at an hour now, but I think we talked for like 30 minutes before, so, I don't know.
But, anyway, I was talking to Dave last night. We were sorting out some stuff for today. He was bringing up some names and whatnot, and he, I as usual somebody said gotta go, so I went gotta go fast. Dave brought up a question what's that from? So I did a quick Google image search and I found this image that it was a small enough image. It was I don't know, about 600 by 400, and it's
something like that. It was like Avatar size.
Yeah, and it was it was like this faded in picture of Gotta Go Fast Sonic, onto a space background with the text. We must embrace pain and use it as fuel to... What was it?
We must embrace pain and use it as fuel for our journey. Kevin, you have it as your desktop. Just read it.
I have it on rotation. So right now I'm on. Oh, what is it? It says La Erotica de Forbidden, and it's a picture. It's just a control band out.
Get your desktop rotation to go faster.
That should be our new theme song.
Oh god. Oh my god. Gotta go fast.
So anyway, Cabinet showed me the picture and he said that he'd love to use it for his desktop, but it's too small, and if he tried to stretch it, it would just be this blurred mess.
Yeah.
Well, I've got an add-on to Firefox that lets me stretch an image pretty much as large as I want, and it'll all look nice and crisp. So, yeah, I blew it up for him and sent him the picture, and now he owes me his firstborn child.
Yeah.
Good luck on that. Good luck on claiming that one.
But it's just a really it's just so we were going on about this big conversation about it last night. We came to the point where it was like at the end of a series where there was this big
not the end. What you think is going to be the end?
Oh yeah, what you think is going to be the end of this series? They're just after beating the big enemy, and they think, okay, this is it. We finally got it, and then the bigger oh, this isn't even my final form kind of thing, and he just comes into it, destroys the earth, and what Sonic is in this picture is the protagonist's best friend who died in the battle. So he's just getting these visions oh, we're gonna lose, no, and then the vision comes to him, we must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on Sonic X.
To be continued. It was like 1 o'clock last night, and I was just in stitches laughing at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Oh, if we're gonna mention stuff we got before we get back to the trolls, I might as well mention what I got.
Oh.
I got done with a wedding gift for a friend of mine. I'm not going to go into details because I'm not sure if she or her fiance listen to this, or if anyone else who's going to the wedding listens to this. But suffice to say, it is. I'll have no problem talking about it after their wedding in November. But suffice to say, this will be the order of things they like at their wedding, and I'm not tooting my own horn by saying this. Their love for each other, the fact that they're going to spend the rest of their lives together, the fact that they can share this moment with their friends and family, and then my gift.
So you're going in reverse order.
It really is that perfect for them, and I finally got it done. So that's what I got.
I love that though, finding like the perfect gift for somebody, like that they'll like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did that with a friend of mine recently, and I was like, I know, like I was still kind of like, they might not like the gift, they might, and then they got it, and they were like, oh, it's so unfairly adorable, and I was like, good, you do like it. And I was happy because it's such a great feeling when you find like the perfect gift like that for someone.
I don't normally get that. I'm pretty bad at getting gifts, but I've gotten that sprung on me a couple of times where it's just like, I didn't know I wanted this, but it's actually pretty funny now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, you got me a shoe rack for my birthday. I was like, what the hell? Like I only have like 2 pairs of shoes.
No rack.
Yeah, but you go through them so fast.
That's probably. A lot of my stuff gets torn up at work and at school.
Well, you see, you're moving at the speed of sound. You're the fastest hedgehog. Wait, no.
Yes.
Wait. Damn it, no.
All right, I think we should get back to
Yeah.
Gotta go.
This is supposed to be that.
Gotta get faster on topic.
All right, so royalty or har next?
Har. Har is above Lance. Well, on the list. I'm weird like that. I like to like go down the list without skipping around. So let's go to Har. Well, whom I don't remember much.
Har. Jeez. Har he started out as just a normal, annoying spammer guy. This is still back before Recon put any moderators in, so we were left to fend for ourselves. Thanks. It started off as just that, and then he got a little bit more offensive, a little more swearing and racist language. But then he calmed down for a little bit and had this really cool idea to make make a forum team, like Team Emeralds, just for a little in-forum RP, which was kind of cool. And we started liking him, but then it all went to his head. He started demanding everyone be on the forum at a certain time so that we could talk in real time. He kept treating the PMs like that he was free to send as many messages as he wanted. And when we all said, screw you, Har, we're done with this, he started posting pornographic links.
Yeah, that's what got him banned. It was pretty much the links.
I think some of them were child porn. I think that's what really
God.
did.
I don't even remember if that was it. I just remember it was porn.
No, I remember it was... At first, when he said he was posting porn links, I just shrugged it off because, there's no other porn links on the internet, and I figured his taste is probably terrible anyway. And then somebody, I think it was Ray or Silver Moon, Aura, or whatever her name was, one of the good people, she said, oh god, that's child porn. And that was when I made sure you knew. Yeah. And I think a lot of people made sure you knew.
I think you were the one who messaged me, but I don't remember anyone saying what kind of porn it was. I just remember porn links. And
I probably put really disgusting porn links and figured you knew what that meant.
I kind of did find it funny when he said his taste would probably not probably crap, and I was thinking like porn is a fine wine.
Hey, nowadays because of the internet, it is. It's no longer. Oh my god, a naked picture. It's I've got tastes now. Naked picture isn't gonna do it.
It's more of an inconvenience now. It's like, oh, I stumbled. Oh God, I wasn't looking for this. Time to turn save search back on.
You know what's sad though? Because of my college major being an art student and having to draw nude people as assignments, I've become so desensitized to pornography that it's not even funny. Like,
oh no, I'm kind of the same way, just because it became so easily accessible that really what actually, you need something more imaginative, more creative. Like I usually read erotic stories. Reading the story, that is actually more arousing to me than just looking at a picture.
Yeah. Occasionally, something will come across. Like I'll just I'll mistype a URL, or I'll click something that I didn't mean to click, and I'll see something, and I'll just hey, I have to draw her.
I just you mentioned there that it's so easily accessible. I'm gonna just put it this way. I say we're because I've found it as well. Like the last generation is gonna find porn underneath a bush. That's
what does that
that's
mean?
the sad thing. Have you?
I'm not familiar with that term.
You go into a forest or something, and there's just a porn stash there.
Oh, so you meant it literally? Like they're gonna find porn underneath a bush?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like some kind of
that
water under the bridge or something like that.
That's what we're gonna be telling our grandkids.
Our grandparents.
You're not my age now. When I was your age.
We're gonna be telling them, back when I was your age, when porn just began on the internet, you had to be very sneaky about it. There were safety blocks, child protection.
Stop masturbating while I'm talking to you.
I'll always actually remember that it's going to be really weird when the kids who are young now get older. I was telling Cabinet this joke. Was it you? Somebody.
I don't know.
That Saturday morning breakfast cereal. It's one of the webcomics I like. They had this joke where this guy, sometime in the future, this guy is just done having sex with his girlfriend, and he looks disappointed, and she says, "What's wrong? Is everything okay?" And he goes, "No, I just expected everything to be much smaller." And it says, back in 2011, his friend's holding up an iPhone and says, "Hey, look, you can get porn on this thing."
Here's my worry. I mean, you're a psychologist, so you should know this. Or you should, I don't know, unless I'm just completely wrong, which is okay as well. It's just, if since people are becoming so desensitized to pornography now, and nudity, that, they need more extreme things to get them aroused and to get them off, and that the future is just going to be kind of this whole, I don't know, S&M, autoerotic asphyxiation, everybody's going to
basically
no. See, you're mixing apples and oranges. The pornography might be S&M, autoerotic asphyxiation, and whatever else, but actual sex isn't what people are getting desensitized to. Just images of it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I was going to things got serious there, and I can't tell the joke I want to now.
I do that all the time, don't I? I'm always come up with something serious and ruin whatever joke you're gonna make.
I've got a great joke that it applies.
Hey, Cabinet, my parrot died. It's damn it! Now I can't tell the joke.
This is the worst Mother's Day ever.
Oh, Cabinet, did you read Cyanide and Happiness today?
No, I didn't. I'll read it later in a bit.
All right, it's just perfect for what Recon said. Royalty was just a general douchebag. He spammed. He hated people thinking he was British because he was Australian. No,
he wasn't. He was from Trinidad.
No, he moved to Trinidad, according to him.
He aspired to be British.
No, actually, he hated being called British.
Yeah, but I mean, that's why. I mean, it was more like he wanted it so much that he put on this thing about hate. And And he'd be at home, like, in front of the mirror with, like, a monocle and a top hat and, like, a cup of tea. Like, oh, pip, pip, cheerio, and all that rot, oh, no. And then, like, his mom would knock on the door and open it and, like, oh, were you? It's like, oh, don't look at me!
But that's
Call me Sir Royalty!
That is kind of funny, though. Like, I'm not British, but don't call me royalty. Call me royalty. Like...
And King Chaos, that was the other name he went by.
I believe it. I believe in a monarchy, but screw the queen.
Enough about his fantasy.
Yeah, basically he just, again, called people fags and not, the 4chan fag, but actual people who like having sex with people of the same gender are horrible people, fag.
He was very, racist.
Yeah, I break things down a lot.
Yeah. That's the whole, like, people just aren't inventive with their insults anymore.
You're stupid! Stupid face!
Here's something funny. Back when the Flying Spaghetti Monster was popular and that whole joke was running around the internet, I made a thread for it on the forum, and Royalty thought I was being serious.
You weren't? I subscribed to that religion because of you! You bastard!
Hey, we used to have this running joke that we all took a little too seriously, that Recon was God.
Dude, a girl I dated back when I was, like, I think early 20s had made that screen name on AOL for me, Recon is God, and, like, she kind of had that weird kind of, not so much a seriousness, but, like, that mentality of, like, oh, you can do anything kind of thing. And I kind of think I might have taken it a bit too far as well.
So where is she now?
Oh, we broke up, like, a long time ago. Like,
I meant as in, like, I took it too far.
no, I took the name thing too far, not the relationship too far.
It ruined my jokes again.
I don't know if you're joking or not.
Ruining my jokes. Kind of joking.
I have, like, an asterisk that lights up that says you're joking, so I can be like, oh, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, we can do that whenever we're all together and doing a podcast. Then.
Yeah,
Good move.
just put in the I am.
Oh, okay, hold on, wait. I am joking. How's that?
That's great.
Oh, I thought I typed that. I was typing a response, but I typed it. I was clicked on the
script.
The script. And I typed it and I hit enter and I was like,
Still not
Recon
sure.
just wrote still not sure.
I will actually, if we go back to, like, what I was saying about, like, how people were, like, they're just not coming, like, they're not good with their insults anymore. I had one person, this is not one word of a lie, and, they went up to me, it was after school, like, I was waiting for my bus, and I walked by this guy, and he just goes, Adam. Yeah, more like, Hadam. And I just turned around, I just went, seriously? That's your insult?
Really? He didn't even do a dumb?
No, more like, Hadam.
as it
Like,
had M, like M being them, and you had them, and you like, and it couldn't then be like a group of females, and he's like, well, yeah, technically, I guess, but had them,
no, but I turned around and just go, seriously, I've heard better insults from a slice of bread.
It's like more like a slice of toast.
That was the worst breakfast ever.
I can't believe my parents said that to me.
and like they didn't actually say it to me. They just got a bit of bread and a string and just dangled it in front of me, and like as if that was
Just
insulting
hanging
me.
from a stick, and they're like, Adam!
Get it. Oh, no, too slow.
Tease me with the bread.
Okay, with my name, I got shit like that all the time in like grade school and middle school. It wasn't as bad in high school, but oh god, like the teachers could pronounce my name.
No, okay, my last name is Shain. Now, just all the things that Shain rhymes with is made worse because in first or second grade, that's when, I don't even remember that song, it went like, insane in the brain, insane in the membrane. Yeah, so Shain, who's insane in the membrane. That was one of those. That was one of the insults. Picture every word.
Shain, the bringer of pain.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say like that can be your like new fighting name there.
Yeah, I've been thinking of that, but I realized, you know what? No, I'm fine with just David Shain.
David Shain will turn you into a bloodstain. Oh yeah. Step to a Slim Jim. I don't even think that sounds like the guy. Oh yeah. There we go. It sounds like the
wait.
Man too.
There goes the wall.
Oh yeah.
Alright, yeah, I think Panda's the only one left, so you guys take this away, because Panda, I never had problems with him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me rephrase that so you guys don't come off as dicks. Panda's problems never came to my attention.
Panda was,
a man. And then he was a man.
I don't know how to say it. I mean, okay.
I can sum it up in 2 words.
Go on.
Sandwich maker.
Sandwich maker. Okay. I'll start from the beginning.
You have all the notes. You actually I think you make you document the discussions with him. So.
Yeah, I just took it all. I really did. I documented.
I found the thing. I'm going to put at the end of the podcast now.
I do, like, if I ever think somebody is, like, causing trouble or whatever, I would, if I can, I try to save the conversation. It's just, like, a thing in my head that, it's, at least I have it, I can, like, go look back on it and, whatever. So I have it taken down. I think the best way to start the best way to get it is to start in the beginning. Panda, like...
Start from the very beginning.
Well, in my, like...
The beginning of our story. Alright, I'm done.
I joined in June of 2009, and,
you need, flashback music.
And
you're entering another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind.
But of internet.
Of minds.
But shortly after I joined, I think it was like 2 months down the line, I started a Let's Play of Pokemon Crystal. And he would always... he always had this like bit of he always took interest in it, which is fine, and we end up talking on MSN after that, and what he was around Christmas time he took the Quagsire I used, Gooman. I had a running joke with him where he drowned people and he was just a general like insane Pokemon, and what he did was he just photoshopped like a quick Merry Christmas from Gooman kind of thing, and then he was asking but my early he was doing like nice things, they're nice, I don't mind them those kind of things, but then we became friends, whatever, we were I wouldn't call close friends, but we were half decent.
You slept over his house.
But you always knew there was something underlined. Like he always would throw in.
Count on him for a cigarette or a.
but no, you knew there was something off about him.
Yeah, there was something off. Like he would every once in a while he'd throw in like this like sob story, but it was few and far between at the start. So I didn't, I don't mind. You want to vent, you can vent, for God's sake. But eventually they started coming more.
You said I could, no.
It became more and more, more frequent. And at one point, like I don't think I've never mentioned this to any of you, but I was considering like leaving the forums because I was like, no, I just don't want to, deal with this. Because I was going through my own problems at the time. But I stuck with it, and things got slightly better. Then Crystal fell through. I lost the save file, and I moved on to Fire Red. Fire Red, I came and went to the end of that, and through some sort of, I think it was the way the save file was, I couldn't pass the Elite Four because it had to reset the game, but there was no save file.
Game clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
So he gave me some tips or whatever, but he really wanted me to go on with it, and I was kind of glad because I wanted to take a break from that. You know, I'd been doing it for nearly a year at that point, and nope, he kept sending me these things, so I got a bit annoyed, and I kind of went, okay, I'm going to put him at arm's length now. So that's what I did.
So you moved closer to him so that he could be at exactly arm's length.
Yes, that's exactly. But the setup stories came more and more and more, so I just listened to them and I gave him general advice he wouldn't listen to. And then the big problems came around February of this year. I forget exactly what happened, but
you built a house near my lava lake.
No. He confessed to me at one point that he was
that he loved
no, that he was Pokemon X maniac.
Oh yeah.
And
then you had told me right after that too.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because he was telling me this, right, and I was like, okay, here's my chance to get rid of him.
Here's my chance to kill him.
I can finally wash my hands because he was like a nail in your arm. He was just there, and he just he just wouldn't go away. And
a nail in your arm?
I don't know. That's the way I think. It's just this it's always there.
A thorn in your side.
Thorn there. That's it. Thorn in your side. Nail in your arm.
You were close. It was something sharp somewhere in the body.
I am
different thing.
I am smart. But yeah, okay. This is my final. But I remember this distinctly that he sent me a message saying, "Don't tell Recon, please don't." And
and the next minute, hey Recon, guess what?
I was in the middle of typing this long message to Recon telling him, "Okay, here's the story," because about 2 or 3 weeks before that, I was on Xbox Live with Lance, and he invited Recon to the party, and that's how I, end up start talking to Recon.
Yeah, that was a fortuitous event. Now, I consider Cabinet one of my good friends who I like to talk to. I look forward to talking to Cabinet.
I didn't even at the point I didn't even know it was Recon. He was just like, "Oh hey, it's Recon. Recon's online." I was like, "Oh, that must be one of his friends." And
must be some person who plays first-person shooter. It's everybody who's got a Recon name is one of those guys.
Yeah, but we end up actually I stayed up the whole night because we were just having such a laugh.
We painted each other's fingernails, did each other's hair, talked about boys.
Just about boys. Lance tried to rape us both. We had been for 2 days.
But we all played Fallout New Vegas, and it was just really good.
Oh, the Fisto conversations.
Mainly because it took me so long. I was like, lads goes, "Oh hey, there's a sex robot." I was like, I had to find it, and I couldn't find it. And I was just 4 o'clock in the morning. I am not good without my sleep, so I was like, "Oh God, what am I doing?" It was just, but anyway, that's beyond the point. So I'd recently gotten into contact with Recon, so we were.
About the whole thing where he was "Don't tell Recon," and then you were in the middle of telling me. I kind of if it was a sitcom, I could see it as "Oh, and don't tell Recon," and then it does a scene wipe where it's immediately the next scene is just you going, "Hey Recon, I got something to tell you."
Yeah, that's the funny thing. But the thing was, I was in the middle of writing that message when he said, "Look, don't tell this to Recon," and then I was like, "Ha, that's pretty funny." No, I won't tell him. And
was there an instant where you were just kind of you had your finger on the enter button to send the text or send the message, and you're just
No, I was like that. I was like, will I tell him or what'll I do? And then I look at my Xbox, bleep bloop, Recon Die is online. So I didn't even get to send that message. But that was the whole point. And then then we set up the Minecraft server. Lance first started it. He was unreliable, let's say. But some good times were had. It was a pretty fun map. I think the second one.
Yeah, the first one, like, we start building things, and then Lance thought it would be a great idea to stockpile TNT in the house in case a noob brought zombies over.
Yeah.
And while he was trying to, like, place TNT, he destroyed a block back when if you hit it, it would activate, and blew the whole damn thing to, like, smithereens.
I found that really annoying because I just finished like decorating the house. I was like, oh, that's actually pretty nice. Oh, kaboom! What happened? I remember because a friend of mine.
Sounds like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
It was like literally that. It was like all you could hear was, you always seen on the text box was, oh no. Because I was on like Skype or live, I had a friend over and I was like, oh, this is Minecraft or whatever. I still have to buy him Minecraft. I promised him.
I've been like, Lance, please return my Ludium Q39 space modulator. It's highly volatile. I tried to warn him.
And then he posted pictures in the Minecraft thread, and I just posted a picture of Batman. At first I was like, and then it's like Batman, and then I was like, and it's Batman squinting. But anyway, Panda was on the next server, and Recon, why don't you tell what happened here, because it was mostly happening while you were on.
Lance would constantly burn down anything that Panda would make. Well, first it was like the first time was an accident, and then every other time Lance was doing it on purpose. It was kind of just like making Panda think it was totally random.
Well, Lance didn't actually burn it down per se. I mean, do you want you should tell why wasn't it an accident at first?
Are we talking about the one that was before the... No, because, okay, that was the same one with the lava. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different... I'm sorry, I was thinking, okay, I remember, the place with all the glowstone, but that's the same map I'm thinking of. I thought there was a different place, he built...
It's the map that me and Lance built, the Pimp Palace.
Yeah, okay, I made a huge floating obsidian castle that dripped lava and into a giant lava lake. And I had told him, okay, the Minecraft map is 7 times the surface of the Earth. You have a lot of space to build. You should find some place out somewhere where you can build and expand your place. And he decides to build right on the edge of my lava lake.
Yeah.
Wait, Lance or Panda?
Panda.
Okay.
Now this is stupid. The way I picture this is great. I just have it in my head in cartoons where you see the White House. I just picture it as cartoon. It's the White House, it's a big building, it's a mansion kind of thing. And then right beside it is a 2-3 bedroom suburb house. That's the way I have it in my head. Except it was built completely out of wood.
Yeah.
Built right next to lava.
And he was building...
No.
Oh, no, what also really got it to me, that made me dislike Panda, was I had that door that no one could get into my place. And Panda kept asking if he could come in and see. And there was nothing to see because I hadn't put anything in the interior yet. I was still building the walls. And Panda, he built a pressure plate and stuck it next to the door so he could get in. And I had told him not to. And that's what really started it with me that pissed me off. So, and then he starts building that house next door. So I was like, oh, Panda, you're working hard. I should make you a furnace. And so I put the furnace right next to his house so it would catch it on fire. So a little ember of lava would come out and catch it on fire. And then when it happened, when his house caught on fire, he broke the glass containing the lava and let it spill out next to his house, and which caught everything else on fire.
Yeah, we were messed around with him a lot, but he was doing but we were kind of doing that with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing to everybody. It was just a little fun map. We were just joking around or whatever. And, that's what we did.
That poor Voltage Z guy before he was banned. Is he banned?
Oh. Yeah, okay. He was, I think. I can't remember.
But we would be invisible, and we would be placing blocks next to him and changing blocks the whole time. And he was just totally going insane. I mean, he was blaming us, and it was us, but it was without cause. There's no way he would have known. Yeah,
but to get back to Panda, we did end up messing. We in all fairness, we were trolling him, but I didn't like him, and he was actually making me very angry. It got to a point I not to go on about myself here, but it's very tough to make me angry. But I lashed out on Lance, and we were just having fun because he brought up Panda. I I said something that was actually pretty insulting, and I'm still annoyed at myself that I said it.
Yeah, well, you're bi, Lance.
It was actually pretty insulting, and I don't like the fact that I said it. But it just shows how angry he made me. Like, it doesn't. It really I don't know. But anyway.
And then after that, he built another he built a wooden structure that was further away. But he tends to, when he builds a house, he builds the exact same layout every time, and it's always out of.
And it's always out of wood. Now wood, what we were at the at the end of the day, what we were trying to do was edge him to make out of cobblestone or stone. Something that wouldn't go on fire.
And what also got me, he was like, okay, I built myself
fire
a house.
That big of a problem?
Yeah, at that
around
point,
Lance it was.
No, at that point in time in Minecraft, it would spread infinitely.
Yeah.
So if if there was nothing around, it would just spread and spread and spread. So, and when it spreads, it would destroy all wood blocks, wood or stuff like that, and it was a pretty big problem.
Yeah. But hold on. What else? Oh crap! I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, he builds the exact same layout every single time, always out of wood. And he was thinking hey, I built myself a house. Can I become a moderator now?
Yeah, that was actually a big problem of Panda's. He always wanted to be a mod.
And when you were building, he would just stand there and watch you. It was so creepy.
I don't mind that because I don't mind that. That didn't get on my nerves because I don't care about stuff like that. But I could see how it can get annoying.
Yeah, you can't blame that in a video game like that because you can just move your character to some place and then just walk away from the computer.
Yeah, well, what I would do,
staring at you.
Yeah, what I would do would be I would just if it did get annoying me, if some papers did annoy me or they were in my way, what you do is you'd go somewhere else, you teleport there, and then teleport them to you, and then go back to what you're doing.
I would always teleport them to you.
Yeah, you would.
But then we got Panda. Go play with Cabinet.
But
and you'd always be over lava somewhere.
he always wanted to be a mod. That wasn't confined to Minecraft. It was on the forums. He was annoyed at Shain and at me for being promoted because in his mind he was around longer and therefore he deserved the promotion. Even though he wasn't daring enough to enforce the rules, and it's not that big of a job, but at the same time you don't want to be doing it wrong because it reflects badly on everybody then.
Yeah, I've had to deal with rules a few times in the fanfic section.
Yeah,
I remember what he said to you when you first became a moderator.
That was another MSN conversation. I just been promoted and Panda came in, he noticed it and he went to me in MSN. And he says, "Oh, what was it? You probably know better than I.
You've changed so much, or something like that. I hardly know you anymore."
Yeah, it's with your orange name, I almost don't know you anymore. And he was completely serious, because apparently, putting your name in orange changes you so much.
What was the whole thing where he said I can't remember the exact quote, but I don't want to do something. I want to be your friend.
Yeah, it's we'll get on to that. That comes a bit later. I will get on to that. But the main problem with him was all of this was it wasn't bad. We were just messing with him. He was okay with it for the most part. He would eventually send me a sob story or whatever. I had a problem with him on the release of Black and White where he The game had literally just came out in Australia, where he is from, and he was posting endgame spoilers. I kind of want to take spoilers a bit seriously. At the end of the day, it's Pokemon. Who cares? But spoilers are a kind of thing that says to me that you don't do that. So what I did was I edited spoiler tags in, and I said oh hey, just watch the spoilers. He edited it out again, and it was just it was annoying because it was just tit for tat, and it was I edited in, he edited out, I edited in, he edited out. I was I sent him PM saying stop it.
An episode of Pink Panther where you're painting it blue and he's painting it pink, or.
Yeah, it's like, like, come on, like, I'm trying to like do my job here. You know, I don't do much. You know, this is what I do, but this is what I do. Nope, I kept editing. So I just put in big letters, just like, don't edit this out. And he edited it out again. So I went to Recon. Okay, Recon, can you just like tell him yourself? And he just goes, I banned him for a week. Because it was getting annoyed at that point in time. But he came back. It wasn't a big deal. Like at the end of the day, it was just a slap on the wrist. It was just like listen to the moderators.
Mm-hmm.
But then me and Recon, during that week off for him, me and Recon had a big conversation with him. And that's where the whole. I just told him, look, we were friends, but I don't want to. I don't like you. At this point in time, I'm not going to make any bones about it. I don't like you. If you start, lighten up and like stop taking things so seriously, and just listen to me when I'm trying to be a moderator. I could see like us, getting along again. At some point in time, he just goes. I said like something along the lines of, at this point in time, I can tolerate you. Which in place he replies, I don't want to be tolerated, I want to be your friend. And I was like, okay, this is creepy.
I just want you to love me.
Yeah, that's like
we used to hold each other.
I used to hug my pillow at night pretending it was you, Cabinet. Why can't we go back to those days?
But like, that's the thing, he'd be like that at one moment, but then something would come up and he'd be on to something else. He'd have a completely different attitude. Like, the great example is he was doing one of his sub stories and then he goes, oh, I've got to go, hold on, back in a second. Comes back and he's kind of happy that he's got a sandwich maker. But he had to go because he wanted to thank his dad for getting him a sandwich maker. And I was like, okay. It was just this, like, you could even see it in like the way he was typing. It was just like, it was so, it was just so much more, like, he was, the way he was talking was just more like, cheery, happy, LOL, XD.
And I remember you saying that was their family's second sandwich maker, which means...
I think so. I have it now? I have it here somewhere.
Because he apparently made so many sandwiches that it was taxing on the family's normal sandwich making routine, where they would have like maybe a sandwich every other day, or maybe once every couple of days, that he was making them so much that he required his own sandwich maker.
Okay, hang on a second, guys. I need to see what a sandwich maker is. Like, what is it beyond 2 pieces of bread and some filling?
I think it's a toasted sandwich maker is what he's trying to.
Yeah.
It's what he was saying.
It's like a grill, kind of. Like think of a George Foreman grill with like triangular slots for a sandwich.
Oh, okay.
What he did was he said, oh, I got a Breville. He said it was a Breville. I was like, what's a Breville? Because I don't know. I had no idea what it was. And it just goes, oh, it's a sandwich maker.
It's a robot sex slave / No, maybe he meant he got a wife.
Oh, that's a bad joke.
Oh, wow.
My parents got me a wife. That would be. I could see that because it's like that's the way.
Because our other wife.
I killed the last one. Killed her and ate her.
Put her in a sandwich. I had to make it myself. But yeah, that was a big But then he went on and he was causing more trouble on a Minecraft server. He was stealing, which isn't that. It's a pretty stealing is in any game people are going to get angry. So I have to take it seriously. But the fact is, I make it a rule that if you come out and admit, chances are, if it's something small, if you blew up something with TNT, okay, you're getting a break either way. But if you did something small like stealing, only 1 or 2 things, I'm like, okay, I'll just give you a break for a week or 2, But he made such a big deal out of this, I didn't steal, I have it on logs, I know you stole, no, I didn't steal. So what I do then is I ban them. I just ban them outright. I think what did he do to you though, Recon? I remember he did something to you though. Yeah, no, sorry, excuse me. He stole from Recon, which stealing from a mod is not a good idea.
Yeah, but
he
also said he was also talking shit to me too, which is what got him banned.
Oh yeah, I was there. God damn it, I was there. He was like, oh, what was it he said?
To be honest, I can't remember.
He was just what I was doing, I don't know what happened was I was just coming under really bad lag, and I ran a shop at that point on the server, and I was having really bad lag. I was logging in now, trying to to fix certain things or whatever, and he kept asking me, like, could he get something from the shop, and everybody was saying, look, Cabinet's having problems here, give him a minute, he'll sort it out, he'll get you then. But he kept asking me, and asking me, and asking me. I couldn't at the time, I was on Xbox Live with Recon, so I was like, well, is he still asking? Yeah. So we just stop asking these questions. I wasn't asking. I just started being a real smartass then after that. He just kept...
Sorry. I think I kind of remember what it was, really. I think he thought I was, abusing power because
that was it.
I had asked him to stop doing something, and I was like, and I think I had teleported him somewhere where he couldn't do it. Like, he was, I think he was annoying someone, or he was building in someone else's area, and then I just teleported him somewhere else, and he's like, well, you used to stop abusing your power. I was like, I'm trying to moderate. I'm not abusing my power. You do not listen unless I take you away from what you're doing and put a stop to where you pay attention. And then he got all pissy about it. I was like, okay, just screw it, you're banned forever.
Minecraft is serious business.
Apparently, yeah.
No, it's not so much. I mean, it could have been any game. It's just he does not listen to authority. He has
that was
very
his problem.
Obvious problems with it.
Because he believes he should be the authority.
Yeah, and it's not like I was being unfair or anything. The guy whoever it was asking, hey, get this guy away from me, and it was obvious that Panda was doing stuff he shouldn't have been doing, and I was, and he wouldn't listen to me, just telling him on the the regular chat. So I had to take actions to where he would pay attention, and he considered it abusing my power.
Yeah. I also got the whole I'm abusing my power shtick when I kept editing out his post. I've since deleted the PM, but I remember what it said was something along the lines of I should have the right to edit my own post. Just said back to him, yeah, you do, but when I edit something into it for reasons, that so it follows the rules, you're not supposed to edit it back out again.
We need to wrap this up, guys. We're, I think, well over the hour mark. I think we're an hour and a half.
All right.
Okay, we'll finish it up then. But that was the story.
A lovely lady.
There was one question this week. Dave sent it in.
Who?
Yes.
I don't know.
Dave, ask your
some
question.
guy.
Dave, ask your question.
All right. Cabinet, you said you're a fan of the DC universe and everything. What do you think of that new show, Young Justice?
I haven't watched it. I've never come across it. I've heard of it, and I've heard mixed reactions about it. But
yeah, I can see that.
I think it's serious.
It's good with its action. It's just there's more emphasis than there should be on the romance in the show.
Oh yeah, I turned it on and I saw like Superman or Superboy making out with the Martian Manhunter chick.
I hate it when like they do that for no reason though. Like it's just there to be there. It's like,
yeah, it really is all just obligatory. It was much better in Justice League Unlimited, where the relationships played almost no role in the show.
They were just there as, okay, when they're not doing this, they're, they've got their own troubles, in a way, but they're not, like, all up in your face.
Exactly.
But, no, I'm not really, I'm not really a whole, I don't watch that much television as is. I watch the news and maybe some quiz shows, but I'm not that much television, so, and even then, I'm a fan of DC, but from 95, roughly 95 and on, I'm a really big DC fan, but I'm just gonna say it's gone shit. I can literally name, like, on my hand how many good stories there were in DC in the last 15 years, and it's, that's not good.
Like, the first one would have to be where Superman got his costume changed.
That was Identity Crisis.
See, for me, I like DC when they do team-ups, but the individual heroes, it's not always that exciting.
The team-ups in recent times have been really bad. Final Crisis and Infinite Crisis were terrible.
Really? I liked Infinity Crisis.
Infinite Crisis was okay. Crisis on Infinite Earths was far better.
Oh,
Identity.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
If you want, yeah. No, that was Crisis on Infinite Earths, and Infinite Crisis was like the 2004 one, I think it was. If you want a good team-up one, I'll be the first to recommend this because it is actually a brilliant story. Identity Crisis.
Oh, another one I did like was Red Sun, that alternate universe where Superman landed in the Ukraine instead of...
That was, yeah, I have that, and it's actually pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, that one is good. I just love Batman's, like, fight with Superman.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
But to wrap it up, I think we'll end it on that note then. Thanks for listening, and hope to see you next week. I've been Cabinet.
It was a pleasure having you, Dave. Thank you for showing up.
You're welcome, and to the recording box that I'm currently talking to, that will later become a live audience, thank you for listening. This has been the Pokemon X podcast, number 11.
Yep, and the whole thing about Twitter and whatnot and sending us questions, remember you can find the info on the forums, and that's, yeah, I don't know, on iTunes or whatever. But all right, see you guys next week.
Yep. Oh, yeah, like to stop that.
But you blinded me with silence. She blinded me with silence.
Stop masturbating while I'm talking to you!
I came